So we're going to continue from 5 to 19. 5 to 19 is 4.5. In our school, 4.5 divided by 2 is 2.25. So from 5 to 19 is 2.25. And so after 35 to 90, we're going to square out like this. Draw a straight line. Then 19 to 20 is 1 over 5 of next size minus 1. The next size here is 40. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 in our scale is 3.5. So like this, from 19 to 20 is 3.5. So mark the point 3.5. Now from 19 to 21 is 1 over 5 of neck measurements minus 2.5. 1 over 5 of neck measurements is 8. 8 minus 2.5 is equals to, so 8 minus 2.5 is equals to 5.5. So 5.5 in our scale is equals to 2.75. 2.75. So from 19 to 21 is 2.75. The next one is 10 to 22. 10 to 22. If we check here, you see 10 here is around this small dot. Yeah? So from 10 to 22, around there. So they said 10 to 22 is 1.5. So they said we should square out. So this is 10 to 22. After that, the point 22, square out like this, around 23. Now, in outcome of 1.5, that is 1.5 divided by 2, that is 0.75. So from 10 to 22 here is 0.75. Then we draw a straight line down like that. Then the next one is is 20 to 23. So 20 to 23 is the measurement of 8 to 13. Where is 8 to 13? This is 8 to 13 is the back shoulder measurement. So the back shoulder measurement, my back shoulder measurement, I got about 9 centimeters. I got about 9 centimeters. So 9 centimeters plus 0.5. 9 centimeters plus 0.5 is 0.5 in Austin is 2.5. Look at it. 8 to 13 is equals to 9 centimeters. So therefore 20 to 23 is equals to 9 plus 0.5, 0.25. 0.25 is gotten from half scale of 0.5, so we have 9.25. So, and they said we should draw it with a slight curve. So I draw a straight line first. I draw a straight line of 9.25 around there. After drawing it, I now draw a slant curve. Make sure that this your curve must not be too curve like this one. It must be curved, slightly curve, almost straight, but not too curve. Thank you. So you can also use your boom to achieve it. To use boom, man, I don't know how you do it. So just ensure that your the curve may not be too perfect. It does not need to be too perfect. Just ensure that it is not too curved or not too straight. Now, the next one is after dating 20 to 23, it is 9 to 12. We have 1 to 24. The say 1 to 24 is 1 over 3 of chest measurements plus 4.5. So the chest measurement is 100. 100 divided by 3 is 33.33. 33.33 plus 4.5. That is equals to, look at it, get to the calculation there. This one that we're doing mathematics, me, I don't understand. 100 divided by 3 is equals to 33.33. 33.33 plus 4.5 is equals to 37.83. In half thing, we're going to divide this 37.83 by 2. That is equals to 18.9. So they will like maybe 80.92 or something like that. I've converted it to this sign as that I've estimated it to 1 decimal place, something like that. So that is 80.9. So this is how 1 to 24 is. 1 to 24 is a straight line like this to 24. So from year to year, maybe about 80.9. So now, after dating 1 to 24, now we're going to date 24 to 25. If we check we have 24 to 25, like this time is going upward. So 24 to 25, the cell we should square up 3 centimeters from 24. That is 25 at 0.25. So 3 centimeters after is 1.5. So from year to year is 1.5 centimeters. That is 24 to 25. So, and the third we should also we should join 23 to 25. We're going to join a straight line of 23 to 25. So this is how it will look like. 23 to 25. Yeah, we join a straight line. It's almost slight, but not too slight. It's even straight self, the way I'm saying it. So that is 23 to 25. Then I say 23 to 26. It's half measurement of 23 to 25. My measurement of 23 to 25 is about 8 centimeters. Yes, 8 centimeters. So half of 8 centimeters is 4 centimeters. So from 22 to 26 is 40 centimeters. And from 26 to 25 is 4 centimeters. Now, the next one is to draw the armhole shape. 2.13 to 10. 13 to 10. And 15, 16, 25, 15, 16, 25. Now, the curve of 15 to 16 must be touching a point of 1.5 from 11. To get this line, we have to measure from here to here 1 centimeter, from here to here 1 centimeter, here 1 centimeter, here 1 centimeter. So now draw it. So where that point is, can even draw it like this to look like a square. So now draw a straight line here. So from this point to this point is 1.5 centimeter. And also the curve of 23 to 25 must be touching a point of 0.5 from 26. I repeat, the curve, look at it here. We have a curve here, 22 to 25. Here is 1 centimeter. In half then is 0.5 The same thing here. Around this 11, the point of 11 is 3 centimeter, and now is 1.5. So the curve of 23 to 20, but I want to draw a curve from 23 to 25, touching a point at 26 of 0.5. So it will be touching a point of 0.5 at 26. So now, I don't even know how I'm going to draw the curve. I have to come back after drawing the curve. And also, the point of the curve from 25 to 16 must be touching a point of 1.75 centimeter at 24. So in half the 1.75 centimeter is what? 1.75 and half the, that is 1.75 divided by 2, that is equal to 0.875. If I approximate something, then maybe about 0.9 or 0.87 or 0.88, whatever. Can use any measurement, maybe 0. I'll use 0.9. So we got about 0.875 and approximated into 1 decimal place, which is 0.9. If you don't want to approximate, you can use 0.075. Still the same thing. So this is it. So that means we're going to be drawing the curve of 16 to 25, touching a point of 0.9 and 24. So I'm going to start all over again. We're going to draw the curve. We're going to start from 13 to 10. Draw a curve. Then we now move to 15. Yeah. From 30 to 10, draw a curve. From 15 to 16. From 15 to 16, we're going to draw a curve touching the point of 1.5 at 11. Then now continue. We'll draw a curve 16 to 25, touching the point at 0.9 at 24. We draw a curve from 16 to 25, touching the point of 0.9. This is the point of 0.9 at 24. Then from 25 to 23, not 26, so 25 to 23, we're going to draw a curve from 25 to 23, touching the point of 0.5 at 26. So this is what we did when I was drawing this curve. So why this thing is more important to be used? I draw the curve like this from 13 to 10, like this. Then from 15 to 16, I think that from here to here is straight. From here to like this is straight, because I needed to make the curve reach this point from 16. So I was doing like this. So this I didn't. I did not want to draw the curve like this. So I have to draw the curve like this and stop around there, where you'll be straight to 15. Then from this 19 to 25, the almond is too deep. It's too deep, so I had to use this one like this. Draw from 25 to 16. Then from 25 to 23, I use this one like this. And ensure that it's touching the point 0.5 like this. So this one is now it's almost the same to my own. Cool. So now the next one we're going to do now is from 21 to 27. 21 to 27. Countant. This is 21 to 27, yeah. The send 1.5 button stand, which is squared down. No. In this textbook, when they say square down, it means square down like this, square across, down like this, or like this, square up. Now, 1.5 and half two is 0.75. So, from 21 to 27, 0.75. From here to here, 0.75. So after getting the point, I'll just straight now. I'll square down to around 6 here. I'll square down like that. Then we're just put facing. They say from 27 to 28. This is 27 to 28. So from 27 to 28 is 3.5 facing. We also square down and shape the top edge at neckline. Cut it to 28, square down and shape the neckline. So 35 of after 3.5 of after. That's 3.5 divided by 2. That's 1.75. So that means from this line to this point is 1.75, which is 0.28. So yeah, they will now square down to this point. Then we shape the top edge at the neckline. Yeah. I used about 0.2 from here to there. You can use any measurement, but it will not be too far. I think the perfect one is 0.2, or you can even use 0.1 or 0.25. Don't use 0.3, but I prefer 0.2. They will not shape it like this. Can shape it to look like a curve a little bit. Then the next said, we're done with this part now. So the next one is 17 to 29, which is 2 centimeters. 17 to 29. Yeah, this is where 17 is. So from here to there, I said it's 2 centimeters, and also from 17 to 13 is 2 centimeters. So in half 10, it is 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter from 17 to 29, 1 centimeter from 17 to 30. So from 30 to 29 is even like 2 centimeter. So 1 centimeter here, and there. Then they said it's 18 to 31 is 20 centimeter square up. 18 to 31 is 18 to 21 is 20 centimeter, which is square up. Where's 18? 18. Yeah. This 18 to 31. This is 31, yeah. 31. It's 31 at this point. So from 18 to 31, the side there is 20 centimeter, and after is 10 centimeter. So 18 to 31 is 10 centimeter. Then we'll now square across. So after getting the point 31, we square across. Then 31 to 32 is 1 centimeter, and 31 to 33 is 1 centimeter. in the side seam. So this is the side seam here. So 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter each. In half then it's 0.5, 0.5. So from here to there, 0.5. From here to there, 0.5. So now look at the shirt. 32, 32, 32 at the side seam. Then 34. 34 is midway between 6 to 18. This is 6 to 18. So they said that means it's like saying the half measurement of 18 to 6. So my own measurement here is 15.3. But maybe when you are doing your own, it might be different. But my own here is 15.3. So 15.3 divided by 2, that's 7.65. So from 18 to 34 is 7.65. And from 34 to 6 is 7.65. Then square up. Draw a straight line up. Square up. So 35 is midway between 3 to 18. So this is 3 to 18 here at the back. So my 3 to 18 measurement, I think it should be the same thing with all of us, which is 15.75. Yeah, 15.75. From 3 to 18 is 16.75. Divided by 2, that's 7.8. 7.875. So from year to year, 7.875. Okay, I even approximating to 7.9 or use 7.87 or 7.875. So from here to there, 7.87 or is 7.875, whatever. Then they said they said 34 to 36. That's it. This is 34 to 36. Yeah, it's 4 centimeter in half.